moments later.
Yo, what's good, everyone? How many people checked out this video? American Music Supply Heatmakerz video, right? How many people saw this video? Now, the reason why I paused it right here, to let you guys who just swear up and down that Pro Tools is not the industry standard. We're going to see what Rsonist has to say.
A few moments
Just want
later.
raw rap beats. When this goes into Pro Tools to get mixed and arranged, I can strip it down to whatever form I want. When this goes into Pro Tools to get mixed and arranged, when this goes into Pro Tools to get mixed and arranged.
Yeah, what's good, everyone? I'm going to perform a test to show how FL Studio is no different than any other DAW. We're going to run the test through Pro Tools HD rig right here, going into the links, out into the Soundcraft, into the Rodecaster Pro 2. Right. Now, first of all, we know Bolo stated that FL Studio hits harder than any other DAWs. That's false. All DAWs are pretty much the same other than certain programming and the main scope of the DAW itself. See, Pro Tools is geared towards mixing, mastering, and MIDI, while FL Studio is more toward music production, right? So, the example I have here is a kick called Kick 8082. And in another track, we have Battery, where that same kick is located at, or is being played, right? So what we're going to do first, we're going to play the battery kick, the battery 4 kick, because according to Bolo's logic, both of these kicks should sound the same because it's coming out of FL Studio. So both should hit harder, right? Both should be equally as loud if it's the DAW. If the DAW is causing the loudness, both should be equally the same. So let's check it out. Okay, as you can see here, the kick is hitting around 15 dB, minus 15 dB, right? We're going to pause and listen to the same kick in the Fruity sampler. And as you can see, it's at minus 9 dB, which is 6 dB higher. Now you ask yourself, why is this louder? Well, it's louder because, again, these parameters right here, the Fruity sampler automatically boosts any sound. It just gives it a boost in dB. It has nothing to do with the sonic quality of the DAW. The sonic quality of the DAW has nothing to do with it. It's just the parameters in the Fruity sampler. As you can see here, we got boost right here and all these various different parameters, right? And also we have volume, right? We have volume right here. We have all these various parameters, right? Then we have an envelope. All these various parameters contribute to this boost in dB. Now, as I stated previously, this is a sampler. Now, what Bolo doesn't understand is that every interface is different. No interface is the same. This Pro Tools Avid HDX is not the same as an X6. Totally different circuitry, totally different configuration. So you're going to have a totally different sonic quality. The X6 has color. Pro Tools HDX has no color. It's clean, crystal clear, zero latency. Big difference. Big difference. So when you, say for instance, hook up an Apollo X6 to your computer and load up FL Studio, the output will be totally different than hooking up a HDX rig's output. It's going to be totally different versus an HDX rig's output. The HDX rig's output is going to be cleaner, more transparent. The X6 is going to have color in the output. And by the color, it kind of manipulates the sound to where it changes your decision making when it comes to mixing and mastering, right? That's how it works. Something that has color, you're going to colorize the tone. So the output is going to be different versus it being a clean sound coming in. When you're getting what you put in is what you get out. It's totally different. The sound is going to be different. And it all depends on the conversion as well. It has nothing to do with the software. Software, just please eliminate that notion from your brain that it's the software. No, it's your gear. It's your gear. It's not the software. It is your gear. It is your gear. So now to address the people who in the comment section saying that I'm a hater. Well, you think I'm a hater? I don't really care. That's just you not knowing the right information. I'm trying to give you the correct information. If you don't want to accept it, and that's you, I don't care. You're not bothering me at all. Just letting you know. You know, if you want to, you swear up and down FL Studio hits harder, then that's you. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, it's not going to hit the same compared to what you got as an interface coming out. The sound is going to be totally different depending on your interface. If you have a higher end interface, the sonics will be totally different based on the conversion. And if you have an entry level interface, the sonics will be totally different based on the conversion and the output. That's just how it is. There's no workaround around it. And a lot of you complain about, oh, my mix sounds muddy. Oh, it doesn't sound right in the car. Yeah, it doesn't sound right in the car because you're mixing and mastering with an entry-level interface. That's why it doesn't sound right in the car. That's the answer. That's why your mix sounds muddy, because you have your computer powering your interface. And you have hum, which allows aliasing and mud into your mix, and unnecessary color. That's why it sounds like that. You can EQ all day long. You're not going to get rid of that hazy, muddy film around your mix. It's going to stay there because you don't have the right gear to solve that problem. That's just how it is. I mean, but if you think otherwise, pay me no attention. Pay me no attention if you think otherwise. Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing. Now, as far as mastering is concerned, because people swear up and down, oh, you can master a song in FL Studio. No, you can't. You cannot professionally master a song in FL Studio. You know why? Because you cannot hook up any real-time analog processing in FL Studio, unlike other apps. Unlike apps that are geared towards mastering, like Sequoia and Pro Tools. You can master in Pro Tools because it allows real-time analog processing. How can you do that with this? How can you do it? Explain to me, how can you do it? In addition, right, this is not the final stage. FL Studio is a production DAW, music production DAW. Basically, it's part of the tracking stage. You make your song, then you track it out through a console into Pro Tools HDX, just like the Heatmakerz, just like he said, through Pro Tools HDX. Then into Pro Tools, then you start mixing your tracks. That's how it works. That process has been done for years. That's why most of your tracks that you hear on the radio, they all sound the same, because they all use the same process. That's the secret. For all of you who never knew that, why all the songs sound the same? Because all of them use the same process. Duh. Now their mixing techniques may be different, but the process is the same. Always been tracking, mixing, then mastering, then printing the final mix, preparing the final mix for distribution. That's audio engineering 101. And the reason why people laugh at a lot of your comments with people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. FL Studio. No, you don't know the process, my guy. That's not the process. So like I said, you're not pissing us off with these comments in the comment section, because your comments just tell us that you don't know the process, frankly. So we don't really care. We're trying to show you the process, but if you reject it, that's you. No one cares, because I'm going to keep doing my same process that I've known for years, that has been used for decades when it comes to music. That process has not changed. Only thing that has changed is the technology. That's it. No more tape, but people still use tape. But even when you use tape or ADAT, that process of tracking, mixing, mastering, then to the printing, prepping for final distribution, albums to be pressed, CDs to be burned, whatever, or even rendering to MP3, MP4, whatever, FLAC, whatever, to be placed on streaming platforms. The process, that simple process, has never changed and will never change, because that's always been the process when it comes to finalizing a song or an album. So, Bolo just didn't know. I'm totally convinced Bolo just didn't know. Either he just didn't know, or his ears have gotten so used to that X6, right, that his brain has gotten confused to the point of he assumes that one DAW it hits harder than the other. And that's not the case. It's the parameters within the DAW that controls the decibel level, not the DAW itself. And the output will be totally different depending on your interface, based upon the converters and the build of the interface. Because you have some interfaces that have a wider, higher dynamic range versus others. Some do, some don't. That affects the output of the sound. And it has nothing to do with the DAW. Nothing to do with this thing right here. Sorry, buddy. That's not it. So, with that being said, I hope this information was helpful and useful. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.